So Zach, he's been working some late nights on this. He's got his tractors, everything, that's where he wants it all. So what we have to do is we're gonna mix up 3 gallons at a time of the deep pour epoxy. I have to syringe 3 gallons of epoxy in here. Good. Oh, there it is. She's broke. Gotta go get a new one. Well, this morning went a little rough. We broke a bit right away, and come to find out there's only 2 of these left in all of Omaha. So
which one is it?
It's just a dovetail router bit, but it has to be 9/16 because that's what I started everything with. And then there's only 2 of those available, so I had to run and get those quick. Now I'm back at it.
Done. We broke it out of the mold, and that was a beast because this thing is about 400 pounds of solid epoxy. We just got it mocked up here real quick. We couldn't help it. We had to get it in place to see what it looked like. So we dropped it in here, got the slabs butted up to it, and it's freaking awesome. Like the owner over there, he came by already to take a look, and they were really happy with it. But we were super happy with the way this job. It was a lot of work. We took 45 gallons to do this, and it took about 2 weeks to get the pour completely finished. But now the next steps, we just got to shape the edge, get the top sanded, get it all fit nice and neat, and then deliver on Saturday. guys, so we're completely finished up 100%. We got the casting done this weekend. We already loaded up the table slabs last week. And so we're gonna get this in place, this super freaking monster, and get to Lincoln to deliver it. And we gotta carry it up like 2 flights of stairs. You know, it's not heavy or anything, so we're just happy to be done with this job and get it in place. And I know the customers too, they're having their first big meeting tomorrow, so we're literally like within hours of getting this completed in time. So I'll let you two lift it in place.
Yeah,
thanks.
Yeah, for sure.
Today's delivery day. It's the end of this table. How do you feel?
I feel glad, happy. It's been a big project. Been spending many hours in the evenings and weekends on it, especially this casting. The table itself wasn't necessarily too much of a challenge. I mean, it's what we do every day. It's just a bigger scale, bigger wood. So the table wasn't necessarily too much a challenge. The biggest thing that I've been stressing over and putting lots of extra time into is this epoxy casting. And and the biggest problem too was we literally, we literally did that casting in like 2.5 weeks or something. Should have been something that was done throughout like 4 to 6 weeks. And the reason why is because my plans kind of changed for it. What I originally wanted to do versus what I ended up doing for the model inside, I changed plans on it. And then of course I had to order more of the little model corn, and the company I ordered from took a week just to put it in the mail, and that put me at a week behind. And so I spent lots of evenings, till 2 in the mornings getting it completed, and about 45 gallons of epoxy. But it turned out freaking awesome. That's all that matters. So these Akrs is going to be really thrilled with this. The head honcho over there at Akrs, he's came to our shop a few times, and every time he looked at the whole table and everything, he's just been absolutely blown away. So that's ultimately our end goal, is to exceed expectations, especially on a project this big. Just really excited about it. And all the main John Deere head honchos from Illinois at the main corporate are going to see it, so it'll be exciting at what projects this leads to in the future. But yeah, we're headed there now. Probably got like 5,000 pounds worth of table back here, but and then we got to carry it up 2 stories of 2 flights of stairs. Thankfully we got a lot of extra help, so we're just on our way there now. Got about 30 more minutes of driving, and I'm done with this job, thankfully.
CFO for Akrs Equipment, and I found out about you guys or about Rustic Lumber through actually one of our other employees had a table made by you guys, and came in talking about it. Honestly, couldn't shut up about it, how cool it was. So we decided to give it a look.
Okay, and so how was the process of building the table, or I guess coming in, meeting with Zach and going and discussing like what you guys were looking for?
So the process was, I've never actually made a custom table, so I didn't know what to expect. Talking to Zach, I could tell he was creative, much more than me. There's a reason I'm a CFO. And as we just talked through it, we originally were going with a different type of wood. I don't remember what type.
Yeah, we were looking at some Proto wood.
And then Zach mentioned to us, hey, since you're a Deere dealer, we've got some other wood that's going to be coming in. Maybe you want to wait and look at that. And that was this wood, the dragon wood. And really glad Zach mentioned that, because this looks, the other table would have been amazing, but this one is just for a Deere dealer, the fact that it's got kind of the yellowish undertone and the green paint, it's perfect. So the process was easy. Zach had a couple different ideas. Since he was the creative one, all I had to do was be smart enough to say yes or no. And he hit the mark, so.
So from concept to final product here in the office, what's it like hearing just ideas, seeing it written, drawn up on paper, to now seeing it in real life?
It's hard to even explain. Zach was doing a good job of verbalizing his ideas, but I'm one of those people that has to see it. So I think you could probably see it in your head a lot better than I could.
Yeah.
But like I said, he did a good job of verbalizing it. But man, seeing it in here, Zach even sent pictures. The pictures weren't doing it justice. I stopped in there, I think it was last week, and saw the table put together. It wasn't done, but kind of put together. And it was amazing then, and now that it's in the space, it's even better. So.
Okay, Zach, how was it going? How was this? I mean, I know this is our biggest table ever, and it's one of our biggest, most creative projects. What's that like for you?
I mean, it's pretty amazing. What's awesome is how everything just aligned perfectly from the very beginning. As you know, we bought this log over a year ago, this dragonwood log, and my contact down in Costa Rica, because he knows I love he calls it the kinky species, all the really uncommon stuff. He knows I'm always looking for the prime things that sets us apart. So we actually bought this dragonwood. The whole log is like 55 foot long, and we actually had it specially cut up into different lengths, what utilized the wood best. And so, essentially this is, in the works for over a year. Obviously, we didn't know a year ago that Akrs was gonna want a table, but it's just crazy that something that's like once in a lifetime to get the log like this was like the perfect timing for when Akrs needed a table like this. So it was super exciting. Like Aaron said, we were originally, months ago, we're talking about a Proto wood table, which would have looked really good. But I mean, having this dragon wood is just what makes it set night and day difference. And originally, when he came to me, he said he needed a 22 foot long table, and these slabs were only 20 foot. So I knew I had to come up with a solution to make it 22 foot long, and I didn't just want to take two 20 footers and just throw a random piece of wood in the middle. Like it had to be, it couldn't look out of place with something to extend the table. So it's kind of just an idea I came up with on a whim. And actually the concept, this was the concept, but what we were gonna do was a little bit different. But it was my idea to like do an epoxy casting like this. And as Aaron said, you know, obviously you can't have photos of this ahead of time, so it was great that he just essentially trusted what my ideas were going to turn out like. And the casting, like the rest of the table is amazing, but this is where all the, and so I grew up, both my grandparents were farmers their whole life. So I grew up on the farm. So like this had a lot of like sentimental value to me to make sure that everything is like perfect. I remember growing up and riding into combines and doing out in the fields and raking hay and stuff like that. So it was really important to me to like capture exactly how harvest is. And harvest season for any farmer, that's the bread and butter season, it's the money maker season. So I wanted to capitalize after a year's worth of hard work that farmers do, the time of year when it all comes together. So that's why I did harvest, and I really wanted to make sure what I replicated was like 100% exactly how it really is. We actually found model corn. I ordered it, and I got different heights. So you got the unharvested area and the harvested area, and I had to make sure to a T that every detail like is exactly how it is in real life. And I mean, I knew what it was going to look like, but even myself, I'm just blown away overall how this piece turned out. And obviously it wasn't just me, because I can't do this whole project myself. So I got an awesome crew, Josh and Tim, that work in the shop too. I mean, I think, Tim, what do you spend like pretty much a whole entire month sanding? Yeah. A whole month sanding essentially. And that wasn't even including the time that we did the epoxy work and stuff. So I mean, everyone put in a lot of work into this. This casting was an insane, and the problem is like I wouldn't say a problem. The thing with the casting is like my concept, like what I exactly wanted to do was a little different. And then finally, at the last moment, I decided like what I wanted to do. But then we had to hurry up and get it done. So I got this casting done. What should have taken like 4 to 6 weeks, we did it in like 2.5 to 3 weeks. A lot of long nights. I mean, we went through like 45 gallons of resin on here, I'm blown away by it too. I mean, even though this is what we do for a living, this is something that I'm gonna be proud of forever. And really, I mean, it's gonna probably be a long, long time till we even get an opportunity to do something that is like this amazing, you know? So, and I really appreciate the Akrs John Deere for giving us this opportunity, trusting us and Rustic Lumber Store that what we're gonna do was gonna be something that is, I mean, there's no table like this anywhere around. So I really appreciate we're a little bit behind schedule, but we still got it done on time before the big meeting started. But I'm really happy. I really appreciate the trust you had in with us, and just believing that what I was gonna do was gonna be exactly what you guys needed. So we're very happy with it, and I'm very happy that you guys are gonna have some great meetings around here.